welcome everyone. As we approach or we are about there 1 lakh startups in the country, and there are so many enablers mushrooming across the country, and a few of them making a mark in their respective ecosystems. So here it is. We are showcasing one of those, outstanding enablers who are emerging out of the Bharat. And with that, I welcome you, Mr. Mukesh Kestwal, who's the Chief Innovation Officer at iHub AWaDH at IIT Ropar, based out of Punjab. Mukesh, as we begin on this rapid fire, we would want to showcase the top features or the top impactful programs and what you look at in startups. Basically, what you're doing, why you're doing, and how you're doing for the ecosystem and startups. That is what this will be about. And so, can you just highlight top three keywords which comes to your mind whenever you are introducing iHub or whenever it's about AWaDH for you?
Thank you, Divya. Thank you for the opportunity as well as to the Headstart family. So when it comes to our first three things which come to my mind is deep tech investment and the sustainability, which is very, very close to my heart, being a research guy, plus having almost 5-10 years with the startup ecosystem.
Awesome. So, as you represent Punjab ecosystem, being a IIT and research and entrepreneurship enabler there, can you highlight three impactful initiatives that you would have hosted, and how has it impacted the ecosystem there? So,
Sure, Divya, very nice one. As a question to me, in terms of AWaDH, we recently have done a very wonderful and impactful program called Samriddhi. I feel that it was one of the best programs that has happened in the Punjab region itself. We have hosted almost 110 plus partners coming from almost all the ecosystem side. Almost 80 plus jury members, evaluators, VC community have joined us, which have really impacted 12 startups by bringing 4 CR of investment fund to them. And these were selected out of 329 which have applied from across the country. The second very impactful program that we are doing right now is called a Sprint, which is kind of an incubation program for us, which again is happening across the country. And I'm very proud to say that we are doing 4 of the Sprint edition right now in this September month. One is happening in Dehradun, Uttarakhand, another is happening in J&K, one is happening in Mohali, one in Odisha with EIC Nalanda, and the fourth one is happening in Maharashtra as well. The final edition we definitely will be doing at HSX. Third program, I think, coming from the skill development side, we did a program called Carnival, which was meant for the student. And I again feel very proud to say that out of 500 people, 150 were trained during this skill development program. Those have successfully contributed to 50 plus IPs. Out of that, I again feel very proud to say that 25 are already granted. It was one of the huge kind of achievement for us as well as iHub AWaDH by bringing out the skill development, research, innovation all together into these 3 programs. If I to summarize.
Wow, that is some crazy amount of impact that already in the last few months you have created. I mean, and not only impacting the region, I think across the country, sitting there right up north, you I think are creating some crazy impact across the country. So like in the region or in other areas as well, what is that one thing that makes this organization different from other organizations?
So when it comes to
I know one is your presence there. One is your presence there. But apart from that.
Thank you, Divya, for the words and compliment. Of course, in terms to the AWaDH, we really wanted to make it more of a founder-friendly organization, and that really have helped from the leadership side as well. We have wonderful support from our director, Professor Rajiv Ahuja, as well as from the project director, Dr. Puspin, and the CXO right now, Dr. Radhika. But the major goal for us was, not to make it kind of an incubator. We wanted to make it kind of a consortia of it, we wanted to bring complete support not only for research startup but also for the student as well. And that's where we have done a lot of skill development program for a student coming from the school itself and then leading from the colleges side. We have done amazing program in terms of organizing conferences, in terms of organizing human skill led development program, and then that also have led to program like Samriddhi and Sprint, which is helping the startup community to grow by bringing out some of the best investment firm funds and companies to our Sprint program. I really feel proud to say when 46 plus investment partners were in our during this 12th of August that have really made phenomenal impact for the whole Punjab ecosystem as overall there.
I mean that you are covering the entire spectrum of the incubation funnel and the as well as the research funnel, and I think this will lead to a lot of new IP-led innovations coming out of the country, and they being commercialized through your support. So when I talk about startups, like what are the major programs which startups should be aware of when or the sectors or programs which they should be aware of when they think of applying to AWaDH at IIT Ropar, be it schemes, programs, or other offerings for startups?
So yeah, Deva, I think when it comes to the startup, even for the research side, for the startup side, AWaDH is majorly a deep tech incubator, or if I to say so, deep tech technology innovation hub. We are very heavily working on deep tech side where technology is involved as a major component. However, in terms of the vertical, we are looking out for agri-tech, water, sustainability, drone, which are having a direct impact on agri. These are some of the verticals for us. But we are again not limited with that. If we find that there is very wonderful technology which could have a very direct impact on the sustainability angle, we would be more than happy to take them as well. And then the second part is when I say startup from the deep tech side, you might have heard this multiple times. And recently, National Deep Tech Startup Policy also came up into picture, and they have started looking out for public to put their submission into it till 15th of September. When I see deep tech startup, NASCOM also have said only 12% of deep tech startup get funded, and that's where AWaDH wanted to play a very big major role. And this is kind of part where we come from. Like we are part of the Department of Science and Technology National Cyber Physical System. It's a national mission on ICPS. We come from that side. It's a fund of 3,660 crore, right? It's a huge fund, which is meant to support the deep tech led startup. And that's what I said in my previous question as well. The leadership that is right now sitting in IIT Ropar is, very humble, very supportive. We are making it one of the first very, very super founder friendly incubator and accelerator there.
So amazing to know that. What is that, as you mentioned about the deep tech as the main focus area for the organization. So can you just in a single statement, highlight the difference between a tech startup and a deep tech startup, or tech plus if I call deep tech. So what is that plus about in deep tech?
See, deep tech always have been a very challenging to answer in a way, and yes. There have been a lot of debate in terms of what is deep tech, and if I see just 3-4 years back, many times people thought only people coming from the biotech side, life science side, that is only deep tech. But post, I think recently you might have heard ChatGPT. It was one of the phenomenal deep tech example, right? Involving huge number of data set, huge number of research, which have took almost 8-10 years for them also to build like a company like ChatGPT. So today, whatever it is there, which have very huge focus of technology around it, having very huge data set over there, I usually say that these are part of the deep tech where a lot of technological component is involved. When it comes to the IT, when it comes to only tech side, it can be anything related to SaaS itself, right? It can be an IT platform. It can be Zomato itself, right? Building out any SaaS platform comes into IT. And that's where when NASCOM predicted their report, they usually say that we have 25,000 plus tech startup in the country. But when it comes to the deep tech, again, that numbers goes from 25,000 to less than 10,000. So usually I believe that deep tech is majorly related with the technological component, having a very deep innovation there, having very high number of data metrics, data set, which require a lot of skill set as well there.
That makes little life easier for folks who want to differentiate between tech and deep tech. And can you, as an enabler and as a person who keeps getting applications from across the country from startups, what are the few elements that you, as a leader there, look at while evaluating or startups, so that founders can be aware of?
So when it comes to the our thesis, we are majorly looking out for, of course, agri, water, sustainability as a component, but we always go with technological background led startup. Let's say if somebody is saying that they have filed huge number of IPs, if they have a grant equity around it, that is where we want to bet on them. We want to take that risk that okay, let's go with them, let's invest on these founders where for next 2 3 years they probably might be building technology itself, right? What happens that when startups come with having technology as a component, but not this IP or something like that, it is majorly, other incubators can also provide them support. But people are very, very limited when it comes to providing support to the very, very high tech oriented startup where, for next 2 3 years, they would be just building technologies. And AWaDH have played that very greatly by not only bringing funds there, but by also adding support in terms of technology development partner. I again feel very proud to say that with almost 100 plus people working in IIT Ropar as of now, they are kind of unemployed, they're kind of researchers, they are PhD scholars, domain coordinators who are also supporting these startups to build their products and platforms over there. We recently have helped multiple corporates, multiple startups to bring their prototype into product and launching them to the market. That is what we have been doing, additional to what as an incubation center we should be doing there.
And what makes you say, whenever you are hearing a startup's pitch or reading an application, what is that one thing that makes you say, oh yes, this is a crazy idea, but it can be a moonshot for the country? Yes. What is that X factor that you always look at?
See, I usually, in terms of, for example, in terms of AWaDH, we are really looking out as of now for the sustainability as a factor, agri as a factor, right? We already are doing a lot in terms of space tech. We have started already growing in terms of, other R&D sector. But being Punjab, again, kind of an, center for us, if somebody comes with, let's say, we want to do something for stable management, we are super excited for it. We definitely would love to do something there. If somebody says that we have a technological revolution, which may help not only agriculture, but also to the defense tech, or let's say to the tourism, we are super happy for it. Food tech, I think just Molly also have talked like how food plays very important role in terms of connecting peoples, connecting that. I think you just have heard it. So anything which is related to food, if somebody say that we are doing this X factor, which can, play a very big role in terms of providing solutions for 1.4 billion population and also to the other 8 billion population of the world. We are super excited for it in terms of investment, in terms of, providing complete end-to-end 360-degree support there.
Coming towards the end of the chat, the main question which a lot of founders have and they approach enablers for that one biggest factor. So can you highlight a few funding schemes or funding possibilities in particular that you have for the founders or researchers out there?
I often say that many times people ask me like how you are different than other 3,000 incubators of the country, or how you are different from other 25 hubs which are already part of the DST ICPS. I say that the kind of founder mindset we have, you probably would find in other competitor or other accelerator as well, but we are definitely different here. We recently have done some on-spot funding as well with Bharat Pichata Medicine at Uttarakhand, and this I think probably you won't find other than in the Shark Tank or in any other part of the country, right? The level of support what we are offering to any startup is very different there. In terms of not only investment, I think we right now have a Startup India seed fund as well. We have our own fund which is coming from ICPS, 110 CR fund that we are readily, is available both from technology development side as well as for the startup side. We recently have concluded Samriddhi where we have, committed a fund of 4 CR and 3.90 is already in process of getting with the startup founders. We are in part of due diligence, and after that we'll be doing. Right now we are doing a very good program called Sprint. I already said for every sprint edition, we have committed a 25 lakh of fund. So for example, if something is happening in Odisha, people can come, and if they have an idea which require 25 lakh of fund, we'll be more than happy to commit there. Under our Samriddhi initiative, we are deploying 50 lakh of fund to every startup. So these are some of the initiatives fund that we have, and we'll be more than happy for any startup which want to do something on deep tech, agri-tech, food tech, or into the sustainability sector, we definitely would love to, bet on them. We definitely would play that risk over there with them to make that journey, smoother for them.
Oh, I mean, that is some loads of money out there, and I can see the kind of impact, both qualitative and quantitative, that you have in place for the ecosystem as well as for the startups. And I now hope that, I hope and I expect also that I mean, IIT Ropar soon has, I mean, AWaDH at IIT Ropar soon has its branches across the country, so that the founders from other regions also can access something like this. Or yes, so can you end with one single note or one single word which you want to tell across the ecosystem, or to the startup founders?
Something which is written on my wall, or you can say the digital screen, like igniting the deep tech revolution. We definitely want to do that. And I would be more than happy to play my role there as a catalyst, as an enabler, like to ignite this deep tech revolution. India is, today kind of number one in terms of, for example, we just reached to moon, lunar surface, one of the first country to reach there. With today launching with for the solar one as well. We are again number one, and I feel that for the next 1 or 2 decades, whatever we do, we will be number one country in the world over there. So we are here to ignite the deep tech revolution, and that's what we would love to do with these founders by joining them hands as a team with them.
Awesome. That is inspiring. I mean, we are on a cusp of a deep tech revolution, and AWaDH at IIT Ropar is at the center, heart of it. So thank you so much, Mukesh.